Just a couple days ago, we had a brand new NASCAR update in Driving Empire, and we got 3 other NASCARs. We got a 2025 NASCAR Camaro ZL1, the Mustang Dark Horse, and we got the Camry XSE. Now the question is can we get Ford licensing and Toyota licensing? So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that. Now, if you guys saw my video from a while ago, maybe a couple weeks ago or so, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more while ago, I made a video talking about bigger brands that could get licensed and what could not get licensed. And those were my predictions of what I think could get licensed and what could come to Driving Empire and whatnot. Well, in that video, I mentioned both Ford and Toyota, and I said Ford had a very big possibility of coming, just because they're more so open with like licensing deals and stuff like that. They're more open about that, so I think that it will be a pretty high chance that they have. And another thing, a bit of proof, and I kind of have no choice but to mention this, so here we go. So there is another game which I cannot name, I'm not allowed to, but there is another game who also managed to license Ford. It was pretty recent. I think it was literally their latest update. So yeah, they managed to license Ford, and they got Ford licensing, and I find that pretty interesting to know that they got the Ford licensing update when Driving Empire got the Mustang Dark Horse licensing, or the Dark Horse NASCAR, in the game at the same time. So I think very soon Ford will be able to come to the game, hopefully, and this is gonna be really cool. Now with Toyota, I think it might be possible, because if we can get Ford in here, which I think it's very possible that it does. I think it's kind of clear that Ford could be coming to Driving Empire very soon. And we already got Chevy licensing when we got the first ZL1 NASCAR, which was this one right here, the 2023 NASCAR Camaro. That after we got this, I think 2 months. I think 2 months after that update came out, then that's when we actually got Chevy licensing. So I think after a little while, I think Ford would definitely be coming soon. So I think we might definitely be getting Ford, just because, like I said, they're more open with licensing, and the other game that I'm not allowed to say managed to get it too. So I mean, it's possible. I mean, Roblox in general, Driving Empire can get the licensing. If that game can get it, why can't Driving Empire? Now Toyota has a pass, like I mentioned many times before. In the video from a while back I said that Toyota is very difficult to license, because they have a pass of not wanting to use their vehicles to promote illegal street racing and stuff like that, which Driving Empire is somewhat like that. You're driving fast on public roads, you have a lot of breakables and stuff like that, you can break down things and stuff. So Toyota has a past of not wanting their cars in games that contain stuff like that. But then you have to think about Forza, which Forza literally is, well, street racing on public roads, and Toyota is very clearly aware of that. And I mean, plus, I mean, they literally, I think, now I'm not too entirely sure, it's still questioned to this day if Driving Empire has to get the licensing for the actual brand to put the logo and stuff on the NASCAR. It's still questioned today if they have to go through the brand licensing to get the actual NASCAR itself. I'm not too sure. I don't know. It's still questioned to this day. I literally have no idea. So if we do have to go through that process of actually having to get the licensing and permission from the brand itself to put it on the NASCAR and get the NASCAR in the game, then in that case, Toyota should be coming very soon, which is very surprising. And if we don't, if this is just how NASCAR is, if this is just like a NASCAR licensing and not a Toyota slash NASCAR licensing or whatever like that, then in that case, I don't know. Maybe it could happen, maybe not. If it happened with Chevy, then I think it might happen with Toyota and Ford as well. Now, really quick, let me go ahead and talk about what cars I think could come if these brands do end up coming in the future. So with Ford, I think it's pretty obvious that the Mustang Dark Horse has to come. I mean, there's kind of no way around that. That thing has to come. Like, you can't just add that car as a version of that car. Like, you can't just add a Dark Horse, a Mustang Dark Horse NASCAR, and then not add the Dark Horse. I mean, that's exactly what Chevy did. Chevy added the 2023 NASCAR Camaro, and as you guys see, it is a ZL1. And then when the Camaro actually came to the game, we got the Camaro ZL1. Like, you can't add a version of a car and then not add the car that it was based on. Like, you see what I'm saying? So in that case, same thing would have to be with the Toyota. So with the Toyota Camry XSE, I think we're probably going to be getting a 2025 Camry in the game if Toyota gets licensed. And obviously they're going to have to do their popular models, so their Supra, and yes, we're going to have to get the A90, aka their BMW Z8, or like their A90, their Mark 5. We're going to be getting that. That's like their more iconic sports car, and it's possible with the A80 just because it's such a popular car. Nissan has given us a pretty good example of just because a car is popular doesn't mean it will be licensed in the game, because they did the same thing with Nissan. We got the GTR, we got the R35, and a newer version of the R35. We got the R33, and we got Nissan Juke and stuff like that, but we didn't get the Nissan Skyline R34, which is one of the most iconic freaking cars ever. And literally, I think how long has it been since that Nissan update? Like 2 months now? Yeah, that Nissan update was literally like 2 months ago, and we still haven't got any other like second update for like any Nissan cars or anything. So somehow there's no R34 in Driving Empire. So who knows? Maybe the A8, maybe the Mark IV will come, maybe it won't. I don't know. Now, any other cars that could come to the game, I don't entirely know. If we do end up getting the Mark IV Supra, then I could definitely see us getting some race cars. So maybe, if possible, it's a very big stretch because I think this company actually produced this car as a separate car while still using Toyota's name, but it's the Castrol Tom Supra. It's a very big stretch because I think Castrol Tom, or like Castrol, is the brand that puts out this car as its own car, kind of like what Stallion does with their Mustangs, if that makes sense. Like they take the Mustang, but it's like and then they kind of give like a different name somewhat, but then they advertise it as like their own car while it's still clearly a Mustang. It has Mustang badging, but this one still has like Supra in its name. But I think I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works. I mean, maybe it's just because I don't know a whole lot about the Castrol Tom Supra, but I mean, I don't know. If anyone knows more than I do, then maybe you guys can be mean to me in the comments or something. But yeah, I think you guys see my point. So what I will say is, with the Ford licensing and the Ford and Toyota licensing lead up to Shelby, yes, Shelby, and Lexus licensing. Could we get a Lexus LFA? Could we get a Shelby GT500 and a Shelby GT350 and stuff like that? Could we get any of those because of these two licensings, if they do happen? And my answer to that is because Lexus is technically still Toyota, but it's just like their luxury brand, I think. Like Toyota owns Lexus because Lexus is technically Toyota, but it's just Lexus is the luxury version of Toyota, which Toyota is the sports cars, while Lexus is the luxury cars, if I'm not wrong. But then again, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think that would be the case. I mean, we have these alley licensing and stuff like that. We got on the Camry SXE, we got the sports clips, like haircuts and stuff like that. And on the Mustang Dark Horse, we have discount tire. Like we got all of these licensing right here. And like, I mean, I don't think they would have to get licensing for these like separate like advertisement brands or whatever like that. So I don't know. Maybe Castrol Tom Supra is possible, but I'm not too sure. But what I will say with Lexus and Shelby, I would just say it's possible. Just because, more so with Lexus, just because Lexus is still technically Toyota. I mean, literally their logos even look the same. So literally Lexus is still like, it's technically just Toyota. It's just like a luxury version of Toyota. So LFA could be possible. So with all you Shelby fans, yes, GT500, GT350, all those may still be possible as well. All right, hopefully this summed up everything. Hopefully it did. Hopefully I didn't get anything wrong either, or that sounds stupid or anything, which, you know, it's pretty common with me. But if you guys found this video helpful or anything like that, or enjoyable or anything like that, then leave a like, sub my channel, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord server, join my Roblox group. All those will be linked in the description. Have a good day, everyone, and peace.